Hello and thank you for joining Mr. A's Maths Today. Here's today's question. When you're ready, pause the video and give it a go. So this is today's question, a slightly harder one today. Angles in regular polygons, angle sum and exterior angles. The diagram shows a square, a regular hexagon. Hexagon has 6 sides and part of another regular polygon meeting at point P. Regular just means the lengths are the same. So this length is the same as this one, is the same as this one, and it means the angles are the same. Not to scale, most exam questions will say this. Show the size of one interior angle of a regular hexagon is 120. So they're not asking me to do anything with this yet. They're asking me to find one interior angle of a regular hexagon. So that word regular, again, it just means every angle inside is the same and every length is the same, but it's a very important word. It's one I need you to know for your GCSE. I need to show each of these angles is 120. If I can find what they sum to, what they all add up to, I could split that 6 ways and it will give me that value. Remember the formula, number of sides, take away 2 times 180 will give me what the angles in this hexagon sum to. I've got 6 sides. I'm going to do 6 subtract 2 times 180, which is the same as 4 times 180. Notice this is a calculator question, so you can use a calculator. I'm going to. Every time I can use a calculator, I will. I'm going to make my life that little bit easy. 4 times 180 gives me 720. If you ever forget this formula, it is a very important formula. It won't be given to you on the exam. If you ever forget it, just think about the shape. I've got a hexagon. If I split it into triangles, going from one corner, from one vertex, I know that and that is 180, that and that is 180, that and that is 180, this and this is 180. Notice I've now covered every single angle. And I know this splits into 4 triangles. 4 times 180 will give me the angle sum. 4 times 180 will give me the angle sum. That's an easy way to do it if you forget the formula. Just erase that so it's not looking too messy on there. And I shall put my P back in. It wants me to show that that is equal to 120. I know these add up to 720. So 720, I can just split that 6 ways because this is regular. All these angles are the same. So if I split this exactly 6 ways, I get what one of those angles is, and my answer is indeed 120. I have shown what the question has asked me to show. Nice and simple, shouldn't take too long. Find the number of sides of the other regular polygon. So this is where things are getting a bit more tricky. I know that's 120. We should know a square is 90. Can I find that angle? I know angles around a point sum to 360, so I'm going to do 360. Subtract 120, subtract 90, gives me, I'm going to use my calculator because I can, 150. I know that this angle is 150. I could say, okay, so n minus 2 times 180 equals 150. That might take me a bit of time, I'll be honest. There's another factor I can use, and that is the exterior angles. And the fact is, I'll write it over here, exterior angles of any polygon, any many-sided shape, sum to 360 degrees. Exterior angles of any polygon sum to 360 degrees. But what do we mean by an exterior angle? Exterior means outside. It actually means the angle it makes with a straight line. So for this hexagon, that's an exterior angle. That would be an exterior angle. That would be an exterior angle. If we add all those together, that would come to 360. I'll just take that off because I don't want it to confuse my final answer. So if I find the exterior angle, if I find the angle that this makes with a straight line, I can work backwards, I can work out how many sides I've got. Okay, my exterior angle, angles on a straight line. So I've got my hexagon there. I've got my shape there. I don't know what it is. I've just quickly drawn that. If that's 150, this has to be 30 because angles on a straight line sum to 180. So I know the exterior angle is 30. I know the sum of all these exterior angles must sum to 360. So if I do 360 divided by 30, this will tell me how many sides I've got. The number of sides equals 360 divided by exterior angle. So 360 divided by 30 gives me 12. And that's my answer. This shape has to be a 12-sided shape. Okay, much more difficult question than we've seen recently. Much more involved, quite a lot of work. This is the important fact. Exterior angles of any polygon must sum to 360. This is an important fact. Number of sides take away 2 times 180 gives me the sum of the interior angles. These are the 2 things you really must know to answer this type of question. A lot of thought, a lot of logic. I hope that makes sense. Here's today's challenge question. Give that a go. Thank you for joining Mr. A's Maths today. Join us tomorrow for another problem. See you then.